Welcome to the Business Spotlight series. My name is Kay Cote, and I am your podcast host here. And today on the show, we have Stuart Starkey, Managing Director of Wonky Veg. He's going to be my guest on the show today. We're going to learn all about him, his business, and his journey through business ownership to really give you a look to what it's like to run and operate a business. If this is your first time on our channel, be sure to like and subscribe for episodes just like this one. Hi, Stuart, and welcome to the show. Tell me a little bit about you and your business.
Hi, we took the business over like the week before lockdown. Um, and yeah, it's just kind of grown from there really. So in that year we managed to buy our own vans, redo the website. So yeah, it's all been pretty hectic from there really. But yeah.
That is incredible, especially starting during that time when things were so challenging. Can you give us a little rundown of what the business is? Share a little bit about what you're doing in the community.
Yeah, so basically we are rescuing fruit and veg from going to waste. So supermarkets will reject it for size, shape, a skinned like a mark on the skin maybe, or just overbuying. So then we take that and then we sell it in fruit and veg boxes, and then at the end of the week we donate at least 10% of the food left over to food banks and charities. So yeah.
That's an incredible venture. I think that's just something that's so needed right now, especially with, trying to salvage as much as we can and just get the most out of the produce. So I really like that. So generally speaking, kind of like what does your current ownership look like? You're the managing director, but are there any other folks involved and any outside investors? How does that look?
So at the minute it's just literally me, and then one delivery driver, and then full time, and then we've got a few members of staff that come in part time, and then my wife does the a bit of paperwork for me. um,
Nice.
so yeah, it's a very small business at the minute, but we're hoping that we can grow it up, and grow numbers over the next few years maybe. But
Definitely.
we've just started delivering across the whole of the UK. So yeah, hopefully we can grow it and see where we go.
Definitely. That is very cool. When you kind of look at your role in the business, how many hours would you say like you're putting working on the business versus in the business? Like, what does your day to day look like?
So I try and do my paperwork in the afternoons, and then kind of work like for the business in the mornings. But sometimes things, run a bit over, or I've got a meeting or something. So like my day to day changes. I spend at least one day a week like just buying produce. And so yeah, that's basically
And what
what I
does
do.
it what does it look like when you're buying produce? Do you like go to the farms or do they come to you? How does that work?
I used to work on a potato farm, so I get a lot of potatoes and other stuff from there. And then I get offered a lot of stuff as well. People just have got like a pallet of something. Like this week, we've had a pallet of melons from a supermarket, um, and then we've also had some broccoli as well come in from a supermarket. It all just comes in from different places, really, and it's all different, like stuff every week that we can get. So yeah, it all like varies.
And like who would you say do you primarily serve? Like if I were in the audience and how would I know I'd be a great fit for your goods?
That was like one of the questions that I asked when I was like taking over the business, was like who the customer base was, and like it's just so varied. It can be anybody and anywhere. Like it doesn't really, we don't really have like a specific fit for our um customer bases, really. Um, so yeah, our social media following is like mainly women, but yeah, apart from that, it's like really varied.
Mhm. Now, are there any competitors that you have right now, and how do they compare with you if you have any?
There is someone else doing something similar, but they're on a much bigger scale than we are.
Mhm.
Um, we're just a small kind of family run business. So like on a scale wise, I don't think there's anybody doing what we're doing on this kind of such a small scale.
Mhm.
But we hope to grow that over the next couple of years, and hopefully we can get up to those numbers eventually. But I'd like to do that kind of slowly at the minute and just see how we can improve things.
Definitely. What is one thing that you wish people knew about your business that they may not know?
Kind of just how small we are, really. So I think people, so I think like because of the name like Wonky Veg, I think people like see like Wonky Veg in the supermarkets and they just automatically assume that's us.
Mhm.
Um, when it's kind of really not. So I think people think we're some massive, great big company. Um, so yeah, I'd like to change people's perception of that really.
Yeah, and kind of like goes right into like the marketing questions that I have for you. I'm always curious about what business owners are doing for their marketing. And so what are some of your successful marketing pursuits that you've seen in your business?
We seem to get a lot of things off like Facebook ads for some reason. So we
Mhm.
run those quite a lot, and that seems to help us quite a lot. We also look at our SEOs all the time. We've got an IT company that we use, um, and they're constantly looking at how the website's performing and how we can change things on it. So yeah, we're constantly looking to change bits and pieces and finding out what works and what doesn't.
Definitely. Do you utilize right now like a CRM for your business, or how do you organize the people you work with and the people you serve?
We've basically just got a computer system that we use, and that kind of puts all our orders through for us, and then we can download that at the end of the week, and then we know what numbers produce wise we need, um, like give or take, and then we kind of go from there, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kind of like diving into a few questions about you yourself. Why did you choose to go into business for yourself as opposed for working for someone else? And what was that transition like for you?
So I basically went to agricultural college, and then I left there and got a job on a potato farm, um, which I think kind of really helped me kind of learn to communicate with people and organize things, and I think that's really helped me like taking that into working for myself. The reason why I enjoy it, I think it's just something different every single day. Like every day is different. um you know so yeah.
Definitely. That's the fun part about being a director is like you do have that play and you wear a lot of hats. And so kind of like looking at your journey so far since you started, what has been like a memorable roadblock or hurdle that you had that you faced that you overcame and how did that help you grow as a business owner?
Oh, I'd say it was definitely lockdown. Like we were literally doing about 300 emails a day.
Mm,
um we're working over 12-hour days
yeah.
throughout the whole of it. um so yeah, and we had literally had to like grow our workforce overnight.
Yeah, definitely. And kind of looking at the future of what you're building, what do you see for your business in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think I'd just like to kind of get the word out there about what we're doing. I think the prices of fruit and veg are only going one way at the minute.
Mhm.
Um, I'm always going into supermarkets and looking at the prices, and I think that we can definitely get to a point where we can grow our numbers up and be like a well-known business.
Mhm. Definitely. And kind of looking at your approach to setting these goals to make those goals happen. How do you look at goal setting in your business, and how many goals do you like to set at once?
Um, I like to have like a rough idea of where I'd like to be, but it's never anything like set in stone. I'm quite like aware that things can change, and members of staff can leave, and it can all kind of change quite quickly. So yeah, I think I'd just like to like grow the business as much as I can, and just kind of I take things slowly and see where we're at.
Definitely. And you're kind of, when you're looking at that future of your business, you're building a great team. How would you describe your leadership style within your team?
I think people would say I'm very laid back. Um, we don't, I don't kind of set any like we don't have like delivery times. We just do the routes, and then the delivery is at some point that day. But we do some with a courier service, and that's a bit more strategic. Like that will say like I give like an hour window, but the ones that we deliver ourselves, um, we don't have any like direct times that it should be delivered, and I don't really want to do that to put pressure on people. But
Hmm. And are you are
but
you
yeah,
in
so
are you in farmers markets right now too, or are you just doing delivery currently?
we're currently just doing deliveries. I've been offered to do a few farmers markets, which I think I might look at over the summer, and we'll see how we get on with them. But for me, I'd kind of just like to focus on the delivery side of it, and
Hmm.
maybe we can look at doing stuff like that in the future.
Definitely. Well, we've covered a lot of ground. It's so fun to hear about your business. I'd love to dive into it's a section called our rapid fire questions, and these are questions that we like to ask business owners just to hear their perspective on like these kind of top of mind answers to kind of give advice to other business owners. So, are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. The first question is, what is a key to success for you?
I think I've just got a good. I think I've just got good people around me.
Mhm.
Um, I've got a good support network. I know that if I need advice, or if I need, um, an extra pair of hands, I've always got them people that can, give me a hand. So yeah, I'd say it's definitely get good people around you and get yourself a good network of people that can help you.
I completely agree with that. And so, what is one piece of advice you have for other business owners?
Um, I'd say kind of don't uh, don't rush into things, and be a bit more like strategic about what you're doing. I kind of have to sit there and think about things for a long time before I jump into things, or like make a decision. Like I really have to like put some time and effort in as to like what my next move is.
Mhm. And what is a book or piece of content, could be a podcast, anything that you've taken in most recently?
I wouldn't say I listen to a great deal of podcasts. I listen to a lot of music, and so yeah,
What kind of music inspires you?
I, I, my music taste like varies. So it's like so. It depends who I'm with and what mood I'm in.
Definitely. Music has the power of so much. I firmly believe that. And our final question is, if you had to choose only one area of business you could rapidly improve tomorrow, what would it be?
I think it would be my social media. Like, I think it has such a great way of growing your business. I think social media is like a great way of getting your like company out there and showing people exactly what you're doing.
Mhm. What are some of your social media goals that you want to accomplish in the next year?
Um, I think I'd just like to grow the following on there, and maybe
Mhm.
maybe get some like great content out there that people can kind of see what we're doing as a business. Um,
Definitely.
so yeah,
Well, this has been an incredible time. I've enjoyed learning about you and your business and just like hearing about the sustainability efforts that you're bringing in. It's incredible to see from, especially from across the globe, to see to hear how you're building things. And so I'd love to share a little bit about or share your contact information with our audience. How can people find you?
We're on most social media platforms, or they can just drop us an email, like off our website. Then yeah, that's great.
Okay, what's your social media handles?
It's Wonky Veg Boxes.
Veg boxes. Well, I'm super excited to stay connected with you. And I appreciate your time today. We have one final question for you before we wrap up. What is most inspiring to you?
Um, to be honest, I'd probably say it's my dad at the minute. Like my dad's recently retired. He's had like a great career in business. So yeah, I'd probably say that at the minute.
Oh, I love that. What did your dad do for a business?
um, he was a he was an accountant.
Okay. Well, that's always handy to have as somebody who knows the books.
That's to do my books, which is the funniest thing.
Oh, that's funny. That is too funny. Well, this has been such a fun conversation. I really appreciate your time today, Stuart. Thank you for being on the show.
That's great. Thank you.